The Beatles came to America in 1964. I was 10 years old. And that became my world, rock and roll music. The Beatles became my world. And I wanted to tell the story. I wanted to be next to that music and the people who made the music. And kind of the model for that was Life magazine for me. My mom got Life magazine, and I thought those photographers get to spend time with those people and learn who they are as real people. And we had a camera in the front closet. I pulled it out and I started taking pictures of the neighborhood kids and the dogs. But within 2 years, I was hanging out at the local top 40 radio station, KYW, WKYC. I ran a fan club for one of the disc jockeys. And at 12 years old, I had my first published photo of Sonny and Cher. Teen Screen magazine, which was a national teen magazine, and they paid me $2. In a live performance, that performer is they're projecting out the energy and the character and the music. Everything goes out to the audience. In an ideal situation, they don't know I'm there. And it's my job to capture 60th of a second moments that are the essence of those performers. That's what I'm trying to do. My favorite bands to photograph are obviously the ones that are dynamic and visual, like Bruce Springsteen, all-time great action, dynamic, strong, visual performer. See, I'm like out of range here of your camera even, because he's got such energy that he puts out for 3 hours and more a night, and he shoots it out there, and it's just a joy to photograph an entertainer like that, or even a more subdued, controlled performer like David Bowie, who can shoot that energy out there, but he also can control it and juggle it and manipulate it into everything he wants it to be. So those are, and then you have over-the-top people like Kiss, who are going to blow up everything and spit blood, and the guitars will catch on fire. I mean, that's just the three-ring circus that I adore. The more challenging ones are serious guitar players who just stand there and into their music, might close their eyes. I never shot the Grateful Dead because of that, because I didn't know what to do with them. I avoided bands like the Grateful Dead or Pink Floyd because I envisioned with Pink Floyd, they have all kinds of things going on, but it's bigger and bigger and bigger than they are on stage. And as musicians, they would just stand there and play. And that scared me, because I didn't know how to really tell the story of them without all those big visuals and floating pigs and things that they used to do. There's a handful of favorite photos. One is a David Bowie photo I took in '83 that he ended up having. I gave him a copy and got a thank you note from him, handwritten from his home in Switzerland. That was a treat. I have a Paul McCartney photo, the Beatles being the big loves of my life, that is in the permanent collection of the National Portrait Gallery in London. And at one time was exhibited next to Annie Leibowitz's John Lennon portrait. So, there's just things that happen like that. There's Springsteen photos, Debbie Harry photos, but I think if you get it down to that David Bowie photo and the Paul McCartney, those are the two that mean a lot to me. In this day and age, a lot of performers will only let you shoot 3 songs, and you better do it well and wrap it up, because that's all they're giving you. So it is it's a strategy. You go in with a strategy. Last week was given 30 seconds to shoot Steven Tyler at the Roxino, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. And I spent 2 hours before the show wrangling with the publicist. I said, you can't give me 30 seconds at the back of the hall. what am I going to do with that? I can't do that, and it's going to look like garbage. And she finally gave me a whole song to shoot. And then my boss saw me at the back of the hall, and he goes, "What are you doing back here?" And I said, "This is where they want me." And he goes, "You get up there." Not so that Stephen could see me, but I moved up enough, and I had a long lens, and I shot in between people's heads. So really, a lot of photographers, especially in a live performance situation, will talk about strategy because we have to, because we've got 3 songs, 10 minutes, whatever that comes out to be, to get our photos. I haven't just shot music. I spent 10 years as the Cleveland Indians staff photographer from 1975 to 1985. I shot for the Major Indoor Soccer League Cleveland Force for 3 years. And I've done all the events and weddings and anything else that a photographer would do. I've done. But, you know, there were certain areas of interest, and they had to do with my passion. My passion at the age of 10, and I can go back there, and that's where everything starts, is music and baseball at that age. And I've been lucky enough to spend a good deal of time with both of those on a major level. Best advice for aspiring photographers is to understand that, especially those who want to do what I do, who want to shoot rock and roll, is that you will need to shoot everything that comes to you, anything that's in front of you. You will have to go and chase jobs like weddings and baby portraits and corporate events. You will have to do everything to do the thing that you're passionate about. And the truth of the matter is, what I discovered, even though I wanted to be around music and sports, is that every job, truthfully, even today, 40-something years later, every job interests me, and every job is exciting to me because of the personal exchange you have with people. They let you in. If you're a good photographer, you learn to break down the walls that people have when you're photographing them. You have to get to the personality and the soul behind the face that doesn't want you to get in there. And when people allow you to do that, that is the best gift they can give you, and you give them the gift of the photos that you've captured in that moment. So there is no bad job, and there is no unrewarding job. They're all wonderful.